David, how are you this morning?
I'm doing excellent, fellas. Always great to be on the show with you guys. How are you, DP?
We're doing well. How would you sum up that game last night?
I mean, if you talk about the whole Giants mantra, ever since Coach McAdoo has taken over, they've talked about discipline, poise, determination, focus. Those were things that have been lacking not only in this game, but in the last three games. Because if you think about those things, they've had 22 penalties in the last three games. They've had three turnovers, and two turnovers in the last three games, so a total of 8. And the penalties that they had last night on the road in Minnesota absolutely killed all of their momentum because they punted the ball the first 5 possessions of the games because they were in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10. When you're in a tough position on the road playing up against a good defense like that, you can't give them that much momentum to where they have flexibility on 3rd down to do everything that they've done scheme-wise. Because if you really watched it, because of the fact that they were able to put the Giants in 3rd and long positions, they only rushed 4, maybe 5, and they were able to drop either Harrison Smith or Anthony Barr and drop them into coverage to cut off the quick and intermediate routes by the Giants receivers.
That Vikings defense has looked really, really good so far this season. But is that a Vikings defense built for the long haul this season?
I believe that it is. I mean, it's no coincidence they took over this year right after where they were last season because they have every single starter back. And if you think about the last 6 quarterbacks they've faced, or I should say 7, because you can put Eli Manning and Aaron Rodgers in those twice, including playoffs, those quarterbacks have had 6 touchdowns and they've had 12 interceptions. And that's twice Aaron Rodgers, twice Eli Manning, Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, Marcus Mariota. So they are performing at a high level up against elite quarterbacks, and they're able to do it with the recipe for success for any team. When you're able to get pressure on a quarterback with 4 and work back and get back into different coverages and schemes like they were last night, I mean, that's everything for a football team. Not to mention, once again, providing more sparks on defense and on special teams. Going into last night's game, they were the only team in the NFL with a fumble return, an interception return, and a punt return for a touchdown. And look at what happened on getting that punt return by Dwayne Harris by fumbling it. It gave the Minnesota offense perfect field position where they basically walked in for a touchdown. So those things, when your defense, your special teams are giving your offense so much more opportunities to control the clock, control the tempo of the football game, I mean, that's everything that's perfect for Sam Bradford's game.
Talking to David Diehl, former Giants lineman, NFL and Fox analyst. Are we making too much of Odell Beckham's temperament?
You know what? I'm all about being excited, being emotional, and throughout my 11 years playing in the NFL and now the last 3 covering them, I've seen blow-ups on the sidelines. I've seen meltdowns. But when it happened last week and then you have it happen this week and you have teammates starting to react to it, you have people pulling you off to the side, then it becomes a reaction, and then it becomes a distraction because you're talking about it still now today when the focus should be out on the football game. And if you really think about it, last night he had 23 yards receiving, and he had 1 penalty for 15 yards. As an elite wide receiver in the NFL, when they need you to make the big play and you're having the drops on 3rd down like you had in the game last night and in the previous games, I understand that you feel that you're unfairly targeted. But number one, the rule is made up for you. It is called the Odell Beckham Jr. rule. You know that they're going to be paying attention to you. You know the cameras are going to be on you, focusing on you each and every time. Having said that, do I think Xavier Rhodes should have gotten a penalty for the things that he was doing? Yes, he was taunting them, he was hitting them and doing extracurricular stuff. But that's going to happen every single weekend for the rest of the year because they feel that that's the way to get Odell Beckham Jr. out of the game. That gets the Giants' offense out of sync, and it makes other players have to worry about getting and talking to Odell on the side.
Yeah, I love the enthusiasm, but he has to understand he's so good that if he gets into it with somebody else, he brings himself down to their level. There aren't many defensive backs who are capable of stopping him one-on-one. Aren't many defensive backs as talented as him. But when you allow them to get into your head, now you've come down to their level. That's the bigger concern I have. I love that you play with passion. And I do know that, everybody realizes being a wide receiver is a selfish position. They're all about themselves. They're in their own little battle, individual war, and they don't worry about the overall war sometimes. And I think that's where Odell Beckham is getting priorities. They're not lining up the way they should.
No, they shouldn't. And when you have these flare-ups and these things happen, it's because you are not producing and playing the way that you're capable of playing. I mean, that's a given. And like I said, the fact that he is being followed and this is continuing to happen, it is no coincidence because players have seen the way that you've reacted. And if you go back to that Washington game, they saw the way that Weston Richburg reacted by going and giving Josh Norman a late hit that completely changed the outcome of that football game. So it is a direct reflection of what is taking place, and it is trickling through the rest of the team currently.
Good stuff, David. Great to talk to you, and hope to see you again sometime soon in studio.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, fellas. Always great being on, DP.
All right, David Diehl, former Giants lineman, NFL and Fox analyst.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.